Welcome back to Bears News. Fan Report, Monsters of the Midway. You won't believe what broke this morning. Adam Schefter, the dean of NFL insiders, just put Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson on red alert. Yes, the same Schefter who reliably drops bombshells on Sundays has now turned his sights on Chicago's new regime, and the implications are electric. As a die-hard Bears supporter, I felt the optimism skyrocket ever since we hired Ben Johnson, the genius who turned the Detroit Lions offense into a juggernaut. Pair that with Caleb Williams, our rookie phenom, and you have what could be football's next great quarterback-coach tandem. But with Schefter's warning ringing in our ears, the stakes have never been higher. Remember how the Bears shocked the NFL by trading up to snag Williams at number 1 overall? We believed his transcendent talent could spark a franchise revival, and Johnson's arrival signaled we would surround him with the scheme and support to flourish. We cleared cap space, added 3 starting offensive linemen in Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson, and Drew Dahlman, and brought in dynamic playmakers like Colston Loveland and Luther Burden. The roster blueprint almost wrote itself. Elite QB, visionary, coach, robust line, and explosive skill position weapons. In theory, it was the perfect storm for success. But here comes Adam Schefter to rain on our parade with hard truths. Think about the expectations on Caleb Williams compared to Jaden Daniels. It's night and day. You'd never imagine these two were one pick apart. Ouch. Schefter isn't questioning their raw talent. He's pointing out the carnival of hype surrounding Williams in Chicago. Hype that can quickly flip from fuel to burden. He continued, whether Ben Johnson can make Caleb Williams the quarterback the Bears thought they were getting when they drafted him number 1 overall, that is the ultimate test. In other words, all the offseason fireworks mean nothing unless Johnson transforms potential into production, and Williams translates flashes into consistency. Schefter's line about wizardry drew my eye. He lauds Johnson's work with Jared Goff, who exploded for 4,629 yards and 37 touchdowns last season, finishing second in passing yards across the NFL. The insinuation, if there's any coach capable of elevating a former number 1 pick, it's Ben Johnson. And yet, it's an open question whether Caleb will blossom into a Goff-level star. As a fan, I want to believe my eyes. Williams' rocket arm, his uncanny accuracy on the move, and his football IQ shown on highlight reels all year. But Schefter's warning injects that creeping doubt. What if the promise fizzles under the bright lights of Monday Night Football in Week 1? Consider the parallels and the differences. Goff was more of a pocket improviser. Ben Johnson's scheme unlocked his passing rhythm in the 2024 Lions offense. Williams, by contrast, thrives as a dual threat, scrambling into daylight and throwing from unconventional angles. Will Johnson adapt his play calling to unleash Caleb's legs? Or will he shoehorn Williams into a Goff-style system that leaves him yearning to break free? There's room for both styles, but the margin for error in a loaded NFC North is razor thin. We all recall how the Bears stumbled to 5-12 last season and missed the playoffs for the 4th straight year. This year, expectations are sky high. No more rebuild. It's win now. Or face an avalanche of criticism almost as fierce as the Chicago wind. So take Schefter's red alert as a rallying cry. Buckle up for an epic showdown between sky-high expectations and the grit of a team determined to rise. Will Johnson and Williams prove the doubters wrong? Or will the hype turn into a crushing weight? We'll find out together starting Week 1 under the primetime lights. Don't miss a second of the action. Click like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell to stay locked in on every Schefter scoop, every training camp update, and every breathtaking moment from Bears News Fan Report. The next chapter of this Bears renaissance hinges on how Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson respond to the gauntlet Adam Schefter just threw down. Imagine the scene in Halas Hall. Williams watching Schefter's words on a muted TV, then storming, Onto the practice field, determined to prove every doubter wrong. Or Johnson, pacing the sidelines during joint practices, obsessively dialing in new wrinkles that put Williams in rhythm and disguise his weaknesses. Every rep this summer carries extra weight, as if each throw whispered, "Are you worth the #1 pick?" One path forward is for Johnson to tailor a rapid-fire script in the preseason. Quick slants, jet sweeps, RPOs that let Williams build confidence with high-percentage reads. He could unleash gadget package plays, bootlegs with Williams firing, short pop passes to a sprinting tight end, or QB draws that let his legs compensate for any early timing issues. Success there would quiet Schefter's warning, proving that Chicago's offensive identity isn't a Goff clone, but a bespoke system for Williams' dual-threat skill set. On the other hand, suppose the Bears stick rigidly to a conservative, drop-back scheme. Defenses will sack Williams, erode his confidence, and feed the narrative that Goff thrived, but Williams can't. In that scenario, each preseason misfire or third-and-long stall becomes ammunition for the national media. Ben Johnson overpromised, "Caleb isn't ready. Chicago jumped too soon." We can't afford that. It would undermine locker room morale and force Johnson into damage control before the regular season even begins. As the season opener on Monday Night Football approaches, picture the electric atmosphere at Soldier Field. The crowd roars when Williams runs onto the turf, wearing that #9 with pride. But then the first series tells the true tale. If he converts third downs, if he hits a deep shot to Darnell Mooney or Cole Kmet, if he orchestrates a 2-minute drill, those moments snap the atmosphere into belief mode. Every catchable ball that dances into a receiver's hands will be cataloged as proof that Johnson unlocked Williams' potential. Yet the flip side is equally stark. A pair of near interceptions and a stalled drive early on, and the stadium hushes, the lights seem to dim, and every fan knows Schefter's reminder has come to life. Ben Johnson's role in all of this cannot be overstated. His ability to manage Williams' learning curve, create a growth environment, and stick by his young quarterback through inevitable missteps, these are the hallmarks of great leadership. If Johnson treats Williams like another Goff prototype, expecting him to fit neatly into an existing mold without allowance for his unique talents, we risk stalling our franchise rather than catapulting it forward. Success demands adaptability, throwing out the playbook when necessary, installing quick decision drills, and giving Williams the autonomy to audible at the line when he reads a defense correctly. From a fan's perspective, I believe in both men. I trust Williams' rocket arm and cat-like instincts, and I have faith in Johnson's offensive acumen and positive energy. We've seen flashes of brilliance in minicamp highlights, throws off his back foot delivered perfectly on the button, designed runs that exploit defensive angles, and sideline chalkboard sessions where Johnson passionately outlines plays that feel custom-built for Williams. These are the building blocks of something special, a glimpse of what could become the league's most dynamic offense. Still, there is one final variable that could tip the scales: veteran leadership. Chicago added Colston Loveland, a tight end known for reliability, and veteran center Drew Dalman to anchor the line. If those veterans buy in, become mentors, and rally around Williams, they'll absorb some of the pressure rather than let it concentrate solely on the rookie. A cohesive unit, from Chuck Pagano's secondary technique to Mooney's crisp route running, will provide the safety net Williams needs to grow into the franchise quarterback we all envisioned. In the end, Schefter's Red Alert is a challenge rather than a condemnation. It shines a spotlight on the most promising young duo in Bears history, Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, issuing a dare to defy the odds. If they can harness the hype, channel it into hunger rather than anxiety, and translate preparation into performance under Monday night's lights, then a new era of Chicago greatness will begin. The real victory won't come on paper or in preseason box scores. It will come the moment a roaring hometown crowd acknowledges that their rookie quarterback and head coach have delivered on expectations bigger than any pundit could imagine. And so the stage is set. The Bears' season opener isn't just a game. It's the crucible in which legends are forged. Whether Williams and Johnson rise together and bury the doubts, or falter under the glare of national scrutiny, we'll see soon enough. One thing is certain. We, the faithful, will be there every step of the way, proudly wearing our navy and orange, ready to cheer every triumph and stand by them through every trial. The future of the Chicago Bears starts now. Let's embrace the ride.